Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 73 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, aka Big Splash. I don't know if you saw me on Instagram and shit. You already know. And yeah, I know your moms know. And as always, I'm here with the kid, the homie. JB was good.
Living good, man. Could have been right last week. It's the kid JB. Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right, but shit, when I'm right, I told you so. Happy to be here, man. Volume 73 of the Bucket Up Podcast. As we said, jersey numbers suck around the 70s. So we're going to avoid some of them from now on. But we here. Episode 73 of the Bucket Up Pod. I'm living good, man. I'm blessed, I'm refreshed, and I'm, honored to be here with the homie. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm just chilling on this long weekend. I know some people don't get long weekends. I'm sorry, bro.
It's stupid.
But yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying my long weekend. Just did some OT. Went to a couple parties over the weekend. Katie's dad is visiting, so it's cool seeing some family in town and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm just here hanging out.
Cool. The future father-in-law.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
Right.
Well, that was cool, man. What was Friday looking like?
What did I do Friday? I don't even know, man. I came here. Oh, I think we just hung out with her family. We hung out with Katie's family. Went over there. We were watching some golf. And then we're watching, it's like low key. We're watching Drivers, Dines, and whatever. Fucking Guy Fieri.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was watching him eat fucking pork belly, like nasty shit, like barbecue lasagna.
It's actually Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
So get your pronunciations and respect his age.
Sorry, the mayor of Flavortown is what I was watching.
Anyway, so tight. Shouts to your Friday. My Friday night was, of course, Netflix and chill. Shouts to, it was kind of funny because I am really not into these relationship/dating shows, but I dove deep into the show called Dating Around on Netflix. And it, carried through the narrative of like 5 different types of people that went on 5 different types of dates with varying type of people. And, it was, long story short, just a dating show. And what's funny is, again, I'm not a big fan of those shows, but I caught myself analyzing and breaking down the shows. Like, this dude's lying. This girl, she don't like him. And then this guy, like, for example, one of the dudes tried to make a joke, right? And when he tried to make the joke and the girl didn't bite on it, she kind of thought he was kind of corny for saying what he said.
What was the joke,
He said something like, okay, no, I do remember. It wasn't really a joke. It was just like, when someone tries to say something cool and hoping someone like kind of vibes with it. And it's the opposite and kind of, it's cringeworthy. So they were they kind of set up the show in segments. Like the girl goes on and guy, whoever the main character is, will be like, all right, it's cocktail hour, dinner. And then if, shit goes well, they go to an after hour spot. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And during the cocktail hour part, he was like, they were like, do you guys want to do another drink before dinner? And he's like, yeah. What would you like? And he's to the girl, and the girl is like, well, I'll stick with the rosé. And he's like, okay, well, so she's rosé all day, and then tried to go to the next order. And she kind of just like sat back and like was like, ooh, that was cringeworthy. And like you could tell after the waitress walked away, he was hoping that she would laugh or giggle or think it was some sort of something positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he walked away, she was like, oh, that the rosé all day killed me. She even called him out on that.
Damn.
And he was like, oh yeah, I was just kidding. The reason I say that is I make fun of like, the millennials or whatever you call it. And it was just so funny because it's like, nah, man, you really did try to use that as like a joke. and it
That's not
didn't.
even funny at all. Yeah.
Right, it didn't work. So, and I was telling Joy, I was like, "This is where dudes are lame as shit, man, because they'll just act like they made mistakes on purpose."
Right.
So,
Right. No, I meant to do that. Instead of just being like, yeah, I fucked up. My bad.
right. So there was moments like that. So shouts to that show. I think you should watch it, bro. It's funny as shit. And it's not too like datey show-ish. It's just kind of like you know how NFL does mic'd up?
Yeah.
It's like a mic'd up version on a date. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's just kind of like people on a date and then a camera's following them. I don't know. So anyway, good show. It's kind of funny. But that was my Friday night. What'd you do yesterday, man?
Yeah, I was just chilling. Actually, hold on, like just a second. I'm gonna plug the thing into the Wi-Fi. I'll just cut this part out.
Okay.
It's like going in and out. All right, we Gucci.
Word. So what'd you do on Saturday?
Yeah. So Saturday, I actually had a juice party that I went to, which sounds crazy, but it was usually every year. Shouts to Trav as always and Aubrey. Trav's aunt and uncle do this juice party where they have like an orange tree in the backyard, a grapefruit tree, and a lemon tree, and they just invite all the friends over, all the homies, to come help them pick it and get rid of some of it because apparently he be having like stacks on stacks of bags of grapefruit and lemons and limes and oranges and shit that he just had to like give away. He said he just like puts them out front for people to just take if they want them. But like we come over, we bring some alcohol. They got a bunch of juicers, margarita machines, all that shit. You just, you get everybody kind of has fun, gets faded. It's a good time.
That's sick, man. There's so many possibilities with all those fruits. I will say I'd take some oranges and limes. That sounds cool to me. The other two could wait.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we were talking about like how like grapefruit kind of trash. Like you can't really do anything like with it. Like lemon, you can do a whole bunch of shit. You can't like grapefruit juice is kind of garbage. Like I mean, grapefruit soda is okay, but you know what I mean. Like you can take a lemon, be like, oh, I'm gonna make a lemon pie, or I'm gonna make lemon bars, or I'm gonna make, you know what I mean. I'm gonna use it to zest my like food or some shit.
You can cut a lemon and just use that to clean your countertop.
Right. You can't do like grapefruit, bro. You can't. You can open it. You can open it up and throw some sugar in and have it for breakfast.
You can use them as batting practice in your backyard or hockey pucks, like I do.
Damn, that's wild.
We have shouts to the grapefruit tree we got in the back. So yeah, that was Saturday. I will say, dialing it back to 2 weekends ago before we had the Love Pod episode, part 2 and 3. Shouts to Bortney. I did go to this sushi spot that was really funny, man, because I am notorious for getting bad service, but at sushi spots I tend to get good services because the homies fuck with me. And we went to this spot that was, really busy, and the waiter, man, was kind of funny because he was really good at his job and he was really tentative or very attentive. Is that the word? For sure.
Like he was hands on or something.
Yeah, like he was just like he was there when you needed him, And it was funny though because his tone of voice was as if you were like about to fight him, and it was just a odd, what's that called? Like an odd combination. So, for example, is we were waiting for like 4 minutes, not even that long. Nah, that's an exaggeration. We were waiting for like 10, 15 minutes, after we sat down. Not that long. We got waters and shit. It wasn't like we were chilling. Like it wasn't even a problem. The dude comes like sprinting over. He's like, "You guys been waiting long enough. I'm gonna give you a free drink." And I was like, all right, man. Sure. We haven't really, I was like, we haven't really been waiting that long, but sure, it's all good. Like, do your thing. And mind you, we've seen that he has like 10 other tables he's got to rock. So we know that it's gonna take time. We're not even bugging. So then we get our food and stuff like that. We get our drinks, and then we order what's that called? Cucumber salad. And I guess they're out. So he comes running over, and again, his voice is like the tone as if something's negative, but he turns it around with something positive, but it still acts like he has a confrontative voice. And he rolls up talking about, "Hey guys, we're out of cucumber salad, so we're not gonna give you a cucumber salad, but I'm gonna discount something else. I'm gonna discount something, man. I'm gonna discount food." I was like, all right. Like, it's not that serious, man. Like, we're good, So then I was just laughing because I was like, this guy's really aggressive, but like he's really like cool, like hooking it. He's like really about the hookup,
Right.
So I was just like, he needs to just dial it back because it's not that serious, So then we're eating, everything's good, we're chilling. And then it's time for us to cash out, and they forget to what it was is they were gonna give us a free seaweed salad instead of the cucumber salad, and that salad never came, but it didn't matter because we weren't gonna pay for it anyway because it wasn't on the bill.
Right.
So he comes rolling up, right? And it's kind of like weird when like the waiter takes the bill back and like looks at the shit. And he was like, "Wait a minute, let me look at this." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Did they give you guys the seaweed salad?" And we're like, "Nah." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna take away your drink now. I'm gonna discount your drink again or some shit."
He was like, "What?"
And we're like, "All right, man. Like, do what you do."
I'm like, why? I wonder why they like that. You think like they had a bad experience and like they had like a string of some fucked up service, or they're like, I gotta go above and beyond for a couple weeks or some shit.
And that was fine, but the thing was, it's just his tone of voice. Like he was like, it was like it seemed like he was rebuttaling me creating an argument.
But you never really complained.
I didn't say shit.
Yeah, like you're just like, all right, we didn't get a salad. Like I'm not really sweating. And the salad that we didn't even order. So
we didn't even bring it up. And your man's was like, "Yo, the salad come?" And we're like, nah, but it's good. We're about to dip. Like we didn't even want it. And he's like, nah, we're giving you a discount. I was like, all right, man. Like, here, go take it back. Like,
I mean, I guess that's cool. Actually, it's funny because like it wasn't like this. That shit is wild. But like today, I went to Chronic Tacos, which if you've never been, check it out. I don't know if there's more than one. It seems like something that would be a chain.
There used to be one on campus, dude, and people on Mill, and people loved it. But now it's ancient history. I didn't know they existed. Shouts to that.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, there's one over here, in my neck of the woods, and like I went there today just to grab lunch before I like came back to the crib. After I dropped, Katie took me to get the car because I left it at the party or whatever, and so I was like, all right, I'll just go get some Chronic Tacos, and so I got a bowl or whatever, and I got fish in my bowl or whatever, so they had to cook it up. So I was kind of just waiting for my bowl, like the fish to be ready for my bowl, and then they made it and they brought it out, and like the girl at the register was like, or who finished because she had to put all the toppings on left. She's like, "Oh, is this person they all said he cashed out?" And then the other girl was like, "Yeah, he's good." And I was just like, I wasn't good, so I was just like, "What?" So I was like chilling there, and then the chick at the register heard the exchange, knew I didn't cash out, and just looked at me and was like, "Yo, just dip, fam." I'm just like, all right. I was like, okay, I guess I just got this food for free, but I don't understand why, but y'all got it. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't understand why that happened at all. But I was like, fuck it. I guess I'm not about to sit here and be like, no, I'm paying for this. You know?
That's funny as shit.
Right? If you just want to give me the hookup, sure.
I will say that yesterday, you know, what's funny is we talk about the finesse and the come up on the pod. And also, I mean, we're a humble cat, so we're not always like, yeah, man, pay for my shit. We're usually like here to be like, oh, nah.
Yeah, I didn't want nobody to get in trouble, so I was going to pay. So
right, I got it type shit. Yesterday, my second job, one of the guys working, we went down to the food trucks and he ordered a cheeseburger. Then he pointed to me and he's like, yeah, and whatever he wants, I got his meal too. And it was funny because, you know, I hit him with the first, like, yeah, you don't got to do that, man. And he's like, no, I insist. And you know how usually people will go back 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
I just hit him with the, all right, man, sure.
All right, that's how, like, I'm not about to fight you if you're really trying to pay for my shit. Like, I'm going to deny you, like, once. I'm like, nah, dude, you ain't got to do all that. And they'd be like, nah, I got you. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, cool. I want the Diet Coke, too. I will say, you know what's a funny dynamic about that, though, bro? Is I actually did, like, and that may be, you know, just for me, it may be different for you or others, is, you know, for example, they have fries and you can get the fries for like $2 more.
Yeah.
And I actually was intending to get the fries and like I was ready to pay for it and all shit. And then when he was like, oh, you know, I'll pay for your stuff.
You didn't want to add the fries on, right?
Right. You kind of just humble yourself. You're like, all right, I'll just get the burger, you know?
Right.
And then it's funny because I was like, damn, like, had I just declined this shit, I would have got the meal I originally wanted to get.
Right.
So I didn't get a burger and fries. I just got a burger.
I guess the way to do that is just be at the beginning. We like, yo, you sure? Like, nah, bro, it's cool because I'm going to get extra fries and shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw that on. And if he's like, no, I got it. Like, shit, all right, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get the chili and cheese fries now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can see that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody offer to pay and you're like, oh shit, you can get the fries on there. Like, they're like, oh, bro, okay, I see. I was being kind. Like, you just throwing on that extra shit.
That's exactly that's how I felt. I was like, well, I'm not gonna be like, oh, by the way, I want fries too. So that's good though, man. Throw it up front and be like, oh, I was gonna get the fries and the soda and the this, you know?
Yeah, like I don't really want you to like have to pay for it. But if they cool, then you know what I mean, they can't complain after the fact. Although who would be nice as hell to be like, yo, I got you. But then when you start throwing extra shit on there, be like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? But I can see it both ways. Although I mean, usually if I'm covering somebody, it's because they're like, yo, I ain't got the money like that. And I'll be like, oh, I got you, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I was like, oh, yeah, I got you for your burger. And they're like, all right, let me get a cookie too and like a drink and some fries. I'd be like, oh, okay, bro.
Well, that's like kind of, or like at Chipotle, I'm like, yo, I got your burrito. And then they're like, do you want guac? And you look at me, I'm like, nah, you don't want guac, fam.
I would probably just be like, yeah, if they ask, yeah. But then if they just throw it on, they're like, damn, bro, you just assumed, like, fuck. Yeah. Like, I feel like I would feel some, but I'm at the same time, like, why would I say I got somebody if I really couldn't get them? You know what I mean?
Right. So that was cool, man. So I got, you know, the come up on that, but then it was kind of like, you know, I didn't get the fries, but it's all good.
That's a good question, though. We should post that on the Twitter.
Yeah.
On the Facebook.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, because it's funny. It's like, at what point are you like, yeah, I got your shit, but then if someone's like, well, I got the extra stuff now, it's like, all right, well, I meant one item, bro.
Like, yo, is that wrong, or like, is it, you know, cool because they said they got you? That's a good question.
Yeah. Shouts to the homie. I'm not gonna say his name, but shouts to one of the homies at work, and he was saying like one day he just felt nice, and on I think Christmas Eve, I went with him to go buy everyone at the office Starbucks, and it turned out to be like $200 or something. And it was funny because he made me laugh on the way to the Starbucks. He was saying like people were saying to him like, yeah, you know, I usually don't drink coffee, but since you're buying, he's like, oh, wow, I guess you do feel like you want to drink coffee today.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, although it's different too, like when like my work or whatever, they'd be like, oh, you know, you did something nice, so we're going to take everybody like out to eat or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? And you just go there, you're like, I'm definitely going to get something that's more expensive that I wouldn't usually get if I was paying. You know what I mean? because it's like they paying for that shit.
Right. So I that's another thing because you don't always humble yourself too. It's just a thing for me. If someone offers to pay for something, I'm always like, nah, it's cool. You got it.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm at least throw it off once or twice. And I'm like, nah, bro, if you're gonna insist, my guy, I'm about to fight you on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
so I think that was Saturday. Saturday. And then last night, man, movie review real quick. I saw Happy Death Day 2.
Oh, you did? Did you see the Happy Death Day 1?
I did say Happy Death Day 1.
I remember reviewing it last year on this podcast, actually.
And that movie, okay, so originally speaking, we first saw it thinking it'd be kind of cool. I thought it ended up being corny and kind of lame.
You didn't like the first one, you saying?
It was all right. I mean, I gave it the benefit of the doubt.
I thought the concept was, it's basically Groundhog Day.
Exactly, but a horror spin.
So, to me, it was kind of cool. It wasn't really that scary, and it kind of had like a little bit of a, to me, it was like, it's not like this movie I was like, oh, I gotta see again, but it was like a movie I didn't mind watching. You know what I mean?
Then, okay, so without spoiling, do you plan on seeing the second one?
Maybe. Don't spoil it.
Okay, I'll give you the spoiler-free review. The second one, they made I didn't even know they were making a second one. The trailer popped up. I was like, all right. So Joel and I were kind of like, yo, we thought the first one was type corny. Like, let's just go make fun of this one, fuck it. And we go see it. And bro, I can't really exaggerate, but this movie sucked, man. Like, it was like, it was one of the worst movies I've seen in a while.
Wow.
In a while, fam. So, like you said, in the first one, it was like a Groundhog's Day, and it was like, oh, she cannot figure out the reason why the day continues to loop, yada yada, and she figures it out. But in this one, you realize that like that's not the case or something. And this is the first movie I've ever seen in my life that has a sequel. That in the sequel, bro, they literally tell you word for word what happened in the first one. So there's literally no point to see the first fucking movie.
You could just go see this one.
Usually in sequels, they'll give you ties and reason to be like, oh shit, that links you to the first one, yada yada. This one dude, it was so bad. I want you to actually go see it because it was so bad.
So that's funny because like now I was like, let me see like what people. So on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 67%, which is not bad, and that's the audience score is exactly 67%, which I don't think I've ever seen both of those things be the same thing. But like, so like they're saying it's not crazy. They said it's a little bit funnier. Was there jokes in it?
No, dude. Like I was like so high, and like I was in a good mindset. Like it was just not good. And what's funny is they changed the whole dynamic of the movie, man. Like, without spoiling it, it's not like they turned it from a horror movie to a sci-fi movie. It
does say this. It says with a sci-fi bit.
Yeah, it's like, fam, the stink face you give a movie when it's doing like a stupid twist. I had a 2-hour stink face, fam.
Okay.
And man, and then so that yeah, no, I was like, man, I might not even give it a bucket hat. Nah, I give it like I think literally 0.5 bucket hat out of 5, fam.
Okay, all right. I mean, I really want to see it more. I don't know.
Son, I hope this is the movie where you're like, damn, Jesse was right. Like word for word, like this movie was ass.
No, I can see that like going into it thinking like, and then just completely different. I was skeptical because obviously I was like, that movie wasn't like that good.
But
like, oh, let's get a sequel. And then you look at it, it's like they're just doing basically the same thing over again. I don't know, fam. So like they're not doing the same, but it's like weirder that they're not doing
Oh, dude, yeah, I kind of want you to see it so we can make fun of it together because there's so many fucking what do you call like cracks when it fall throughs, like things that don't hold up or whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of loopholes, plot,
continuation fails, like that type of shit.
Yeah, there's not a lot of there's plot holes. One is one of the things, and two, there's consistency errors.
That's okay. Yeah, a lot of that, and a lot of just errors. But beforehand, bro, I got how we always come up on the finesse and the come up on the podcast. I gotta make the buckets laugh and be humble right now because I gotta come with this segment. It's called the finesse flop. Okay, you ready for this, Ty?
Wait, what happened? I'm confused. Wait, hold on. Are we moving on too? Because I didn't review my thing, but I didn't know if we're moving.
No, it's part of the movie.
Okay, go ahead.
So before seeing this movie, bro, you know how a couple episodes ago on the pod, I talked about how if you just run up to the machine and hit child, you can save the $7 or $8, right? Well, welcome to the finesse flop where I got caught.
They just looked at the ticket, didn't they?
So we found somebody that took their job entirely too seriously. And we're walking up, and she's like, "You guys are theater 14 to the right. Wait, okay. Did you guys use the machine?" And we're like, "Yeah, what's up?" She's like, "Oh, you both said child. Do you mind taking this to guest services?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah. We just hit the first button. My mistake." And then, man, we had to go exchange them and pay an $8 difference.
Damn, bro.
So had we just paid the student button, which was a $2 difference, we would have been Gucci. So Joelle, shouts to her. She's like, from now on, we're listening to me. Because she was just like, press student, don't press child, don't press child.
Right, because one thing is that you're a student, and then it's like, they might look and be like, I'm not really going to question that because you're not old as shit. But like child is like, all right, bro.
you're 30 years old and you're trying to hit it.
Like, hey, fam.
Yeah. So, but then I'm not like, whatever. Things happen. But then I'm mad because word for word, the last time we went to the movie theater, I was full as shit. Remember I told you I went to Glass and I couldn't eat but the popcorn? On my Harkins Rewards card, they were like, yo, you got a free large popcorn right now. You want it? And I was like, nah, I mean, I just went to dinner, so I'm not even going to eat the small, so it's a waste. So no one had a fucking large popcorn on deck. I rolled up with my chest like, yo, let me get my popcorn. And they were just kind of like, oh, no, you have no points. So I was like, what? So I got to check out my shit, man. So
they're like, they didn't give you no points because you were just buying child tickets.
Double L at the movie theaters, bro.
That's funny, bro. I knew, like, you saying that, and I was like, I mean, I guess that's cool unless somebody literally checks your shit.
Yeah, like, it's worked like enough times for me to like do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that. I just like me when I've gone because I got the AMC app now, and with the AMC thing, because I get to watch 3 movies a week for free, or not for free, but I'm paying $20 a month or whatever, and I get 3 movies a week. And like they supposed to check your ID, and like most of the time I do, they really do check my ID. So I'm like, motherfuckers, sometimes they do be taking their job serious.
Right. And, it's rare because usually you just have the 16-year-old kid that's just like, yeah, to the right, to the left.
Right.
But this person was just like examining everything. And
I wouldn't have done that. I would have looked, even if I saw the child one, I'd have just saved the story for later and I'd have just gave y'all a damn ticket. Like, I'd have been like, oh, all right, here you go, man.
Dude, like, I mean,
or I would hit you with like, damn, you look pretty young you look pretty old for 7.
Well, another thing is I was like, hey, man, I mean, yeah, we're skipping you guys out of $4 or whatever, but we're still filling up the seats. There was no one else in that theater, like
that's true.
Someone's, if it's not us buying what's better, the child tickets or no tickets? You know what I'm saying?
I guess yes. That's. I mean, they don't make their money off of tickets anyway. Concessions anyway. So I guess.
I'm kind of starting to do this approach where like I gotta find a reason to laugh at shit, and like Joelle is funny because she's like, we have to exchange. We're a customer service exchanging child's tickets because like my 30-year-old boyfriend is trying to be like, bro, yeah, I'm a child.
If you'd have done that shit on the first date, I don't know if y'all would have lasted, bro.
Oh yeah, nah, you can't. That's bad funny.
Then the first date was like, yo, this motherfucker really bought child tickets trying to skip out on $8.
She's texting her girlfriends
Yeah,
like, I have a story for
like
wine
this
night.
motherfucker can't even afford movie tickets. Like, what the fuck? That's funny. Did they believe you at the service that you were that it was a mistake, or were they just kind of hitting you with like, just pay that difference?
Yeah, they they didn't believe my story at all. It was funny because the lady didn't give me anything about it. She just was just like, okay, yeah, just pay here. Pay here, pay, it was just like, damn. But that's what I got. The movie sucked. That was karma.
That's funny though too. You didn't even get you got sauced on the finesse, and then the movie wasn't even good. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a finesse is a risk. Like, we got to set people straight. They can't act like, oh, like, everything's foolproof. Like, nah.
I feel you. That's too funny. I guess keep going with the reviews. I didn't, even though I just said I get 3 free movies a week. I've been slacking hard as fuck on my movie game just because people been coming into town. We've been doing shit. I've been having random ass plans here and there. So I haven't been able to get to the movies, which I probably could have just went on a random ass day. But Netflix has been dropping shit, so I've been watching that stuff. The latest thing that I watched that actually dropped Friday was The Umbrella Academy. I don't know if you heard it.
I have not.
So I just saw there was Mary J. Blige was in it. Yes, like the Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
But it's like a superhero like comic book type series, but it's like kind of weirder. Like it's more adult, obviously, because it's on Netflix, and it's more like a weird kind of. It's more like, I guess, Heroes. I don't know if you ever watched the show Heroes.
Nah.
Okay.
I know it. I know. I was gonna say I know what's it about, but nah. I remember when people were making hype about it, but nah, I never got down.
Yeah. Well, I guess the plot is like this dude. It's this rich guy, and like on this one random day, like 7 kids were born, but their moms weren't pregnant. They were just born out of nowhere, and like they had like special powers. And he paid to adopt all the kids and like raise them. He tried to do like his own kind of like superhero team when they were kids, and then like as they started growing older, they realized that the rich dude was kind of a dick and weird, and so they all kind of left one by one, and then they all come back together when he dies and kind of like picking up the pieces, and they're like, yo, this dude was shitty and weird and like kind of fucked up our childhood. But then, like, something happens where they have to kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but it happens where they kind of have to like save the world, I guess. So it's like a whole different, it's like a different feel superhero shit. It's not like the usual corny shit. You know what I mean?
So it's kind of like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
In a way, I don't remember that movie as well, but yeah, it's more in that vein.
Or what was that one that was out like a couple of years ago, like Hitsman or some shit? Or
Watchmen.
I think. Well, it was Watchmen, but then there was the one where like I think it was like Man from U.N.C.L.E. or some shit.
I don't know. I ain't even seen that.
Or Deliver Man from U.N.C.L.E. or something. Deliver from U.N.C.L.E. or I don't fucking know. But it was like it was an acronym, UNCLE or whatever.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I never seen that, so I don't know.
But yeah.
But it's definitely it's more in the terms of Watchmen, where it's a superhero. It's about superhero, but it's like a different take on it.
I got you.
Then
like vigilante type shit.
Yeah, but even then, like they got powers and shit, but it's not all hunky dory and shit. Like
or maybe
Marvel shit.
What about Chronicle? That shit was kind of cool.
Kind of, yeah. Chronicle, yeah. I would say it's in the same vein as Chronicle. It's not like it's not similar to that. It's like Heroes is the best like way to have it. Like these people have powers. It was like kind of weird, and they have to save the world, but it's like in a weirder, different kind of way. Now Heroes, they fucked up after like season 2. So if anybody watched that show and know what the hell I'm talking about, then they'd be like, okay, I get what you're saying. But yeah, like Mary J. Blige is in there as a villain, kinda, Ellen Page is in it, the chick from Juno. I don't. Those are probably like the two biggest names I can think of. If people watch Orange Is the New Black.
I saw a couple episodes, never really binged it.
Oh, okay. One of the dudes who was like somebody's boyfriend on the show is in it too.
My
But yeah,
mom was on the show, yo. Shouts to that.
Shouts to Mama Burke.
Her scene got cut though. So,
okay. Still shouts to Mama Burke though.
Yeah, she got paid, so whatever.
Word, but okay, yeah, but I haven't finished it yet. But so far, it's been good. So definitely check that out.
Cool. I will say we don't gotta review it, but I do want you to watch it, and I want the Buckets to. The guy that wrote Borat and other movies, he has a documentary called "The Dangerous World of Comedy," and he's shown people that avoided or have lived through near-death experiences and now have turned to comedy as therapy.
Is Sacha Baron Cohen?
No. Larry Charles.
Oh, you think the Borat dude is Sacha Baron Cohen?
That is Borat, but the guy that wrote the movie was Larry Charles. So, but yeah, it was really interesting because, man, like comedy it was funny because he was showing how Trevor Noah has the Daily Show and stuff, and like every country has a version of theirs.
Do they really?
Yeah, and like every country like just makes fun of their government and puts on skits and.
Except for the countries where like they kill you for that shit.
Well, no, the thing is, those still exist, and like that's the thing is like, yeah, they get death threats and they have to like live in hiding and shit because
that's crazy.
Yeah, like the government really wants to kill them and stuff.
How you live in hiding while broadcasting? That's wild.
Yeah, it's wild, man. You should watch it though. I really suggest it.
Okay.
So, Dangerous World of Comedy. There's 4 episodes. One depicting location, how comedy differs in location. One depicts race, how comedy changes via race. There's and then the other 2 is how people of war celebrate comedy, and then how people that have been like in jail or imprisonment celebrate comedy. So those 4.
See, that sounds interesting, but also sad.
Very sad, but very interesting. You should check it out.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, man, yo, Ty, are you a problem solver or are you solution oriented?
Is that not the same thing?
See, I thought they were, but then I realized that they're very different. You want me to break it down for you?
Yeah, explain to me the difference in those 2.
Okay, so problem solving. Okay, now I'll say solution oriented first, because that's kind of where I'm at, and I think they differ in personal environments, but in the work field. So in the work field, I'm solution oriented. I kind of feel like, I just want to get the job done. I don't care who's to blame if there's a problem. I don't care who's to blame or the reason the problem happened. I just want to know how can we fix it, and that's solution oriented, right? However, problem solving would be like somebody that wants to understand what's wrong and they want to know the source of the problem. So going forward, it doesn't happen again.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm cool with the problem happening again, but as long as I know how to end it type shit.
Okay.
So I think
that I'm more problem solving because I rather like, I mean, I'm not like that mad if like we figure out a problem and like we're like, okay, so the solution to it is this and it's a quick fix. So like it doesn't really matter if it comes up again. Like, you know what I mean? Because we got the quick fix for it. But like also if we can fix it, to me, I'm like, if we can fix it right now and have it never come back up again, like I'd rather do that than, you know what I mean, constantly having to deal with it. Like, unless it's like literally easier to just have the fix. You know what I mean?
Word. And I think a unique dynamic change about that is I think it should be case by case scenario where some people don't know how to adapt to that. And like a good example, and like you were saying, is if someone's like, it depends on what happens. So a good example, bro, would be imagine if the sink starts flooding. Are you gonna be like, yo, who did this? Nah, you're gonna be like, yo, let's stop this shit, right?
Right.
And then if the shit comes up again, you're like, all right, well, if I clog it with this, I'm good. You know, that's that scenario. But a good example is like a way it could transfer in the workplace is like, all right, so if like I work and you work with websites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for example, a couple of days ago, a website that we work with crashed, and it was because someone did, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that scenario, we need to get that website back up. So it's like solution oriented, not problem solving, right?
Right.
And it was funny because my boss was like, "Yo, who was working on this site? I need to get it back up." And me knowing that I didn't work on the site, I didn't say shit because like that would only be making more to the problem. It's not adding a solution, right?
Right.
So everyone starts flooding the chat like, "Oh, not me, not me, not me, not me." And I'm like, "Your man's just trying to fix the site." So like he's trying to just know who
Who did?
did
Yeah.
it so he can fix the shit, right?
Right. Everybody saying they didn't do it, didn't help.
Right. And that goes back to when like my mom when I was a kid and like there'd be a mess and they'd be like, "Whose mess is this?" And I'm like, "Not mine." And she's like, "I didn't ask who wasn't. I asked whose it is, you know?"
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that's a unique dynamic because I'm like, bruh, there's different times that calls for like, all right, who caused this problem? Let me pull you
Right.
aside and tell you how it won't happen again.
See,
But yeah,
no, I'm with you. It's not the same vein of what you're talking about, but like I feel like what you're saying is like perfect world because I think people just they think if their boss say something they got to respond. You know, like vice versa. I know we've all been in group chats where you ask somebody like, "Oh, who trying to go out tonight?" or something, and like nobody responds, and so you're supposed to take that non-response as all no's. But it's like, bro, just say yes or no to me in the damn group chat. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather get the no confirmed than nobody saying anything. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. I mean that's true about other things too, like with an invite or if you need a head count because you're ordering a certain amount of plates or some
Right,
shit. But
right. Relationships and shit. Like you definitely want to just fix the problem and not just be like, all right, we good now. You know what I mean? Who cares if it comes up again? You know?
so it's like, yeah, cooking. The stove is on fire. Solution oriented.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cooking before the stove is on. Problem solving.
Yeah.
You know, like so I thought that was funny because some people like won't change and they'll be like, well, I don't know, but like, going forward, I'll let you know when I did fuck up. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, fam, we need to know now.
Right. It's never that's the thing. It's never like you're all or of one thing. Like I don't know if you know about the Briggs Myers test or whatever.
What's that?
It's like the test people take to find out if they're like an introvert or extrovert.
I'd pass that test.
Was that even okay? But like they found out recently like that like the whole test is kind of like false because a lot of people they change to where like what their environment is like if you're in a group of new people you might be more introverted than like if you get to know people for a little bit you're gonna be a little more extroverted.
Yeah, for sure.
Like your situation changes. So you take the test one time about you're like, oh, I'm an introvert all times, and it's like, but you're not though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're around your family, you'd be like an extrovert. If you're like,
Right,
if you're around
right,
like strangers, you'd be an introvert.
right. In like certain situations, people are you know what I mean? Like, it's just different definitions of things, but like a lot of times when they ask those like catch-all things, it'd be like nobody's ever all of one thing. Like you might be a little bit of problem solving, a little bit of solutions oriented, Like it just depends on what's going on. You might be a little introverted in some situations, and you might be, extrovert in different situations when it calls for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I mean, I think humans adapt. So those that like are like, oh yeah, well I'll apply this in this scenario, kind of better off than the people that are like, oh, well, this is how I operate. It's like,
Right.
nah.
Stop trying to box us in, fam.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess that was kind of like intellectual for us, kind of getting into that for some reason.
Yeah, we're smart.
Yeah, we went from you trying to finesse your way with child tickets in a theater to problem solving and solutions orientated shit. So that's cool.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the problem at hand was like I didn't want to pay this money.
The solution was, say I was a kid, but actually, the other thing, I guess, moving on slightly, or I guess completely, when I was at the juice party, which is now a tradition, that we always end up watching like the NBA skills competition, the 3-point shooting contest in the dunk contest. But we were talking because we saw Steph Curry and Steph Curry were they were going against each other in the 3-point contest, but Seth and Steph were both wearing Steph Curry's sneakers, and my homie was saying like, "Yo, if I had a brother, if I was in the NBA and my brother was also in the NBA, like I would not wear his sneakers." And we're like, "Yo, you wouldn't support your brother?" And he was like, "Nah, because like that's just sibling rivalry, dog. I'm not about to wear your sneakers. You know what I mean? Like for myself." And I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy." And like I had never thought about it, but like, what would you do?
I would rock my in the NFL. I'm sorry, the NBA it's different because you can rock anyone's sneakers or whatever.
Right.
I would rock my own because like fuck it.
Yeah, but it's like you don't have your own sneakers though.
Oh, if I didn't have my own sneakers?
That was the thing. Like obviously if I have my own sneakers, I'm gonna rock my own sneakers.
But, like, for sure. Oh yeah. I'd rock my brothers.
See, so you would no matter what, you just rock his sneakers, right?
Yeah, because it's like they also got the last name, so I'm like, yeah, they could low key be mine too.
So then my homie Matt was saying that he wouldn't do it. He would Nike ID his own shit, even if he didn't have his own sneaker. Because to him, he was like, that's basically admitting that your brother way better than you.
Well,
I mean, sneaker and you don't.
You don't have to go to the sneakers to know that Steph is way better than Steph.
Right, but I think he was saying it just like it's like a competitive thing, and it's like with that, I guess I get that, but to me, I'm like, if it was me, I think I would wear his sneakers like every game except for when I actually play him.
I think
when I play him, I'm like, I'm not wearing your sneakers, dog, to play you. Like, I'm gonna say I'm gonna wear something else. I'm gonna wear some LeBrons and some shit, some Jordans. But I always thought that was weird, like dudes who there'd be dudes who don't like LeBron, but then they wearing LeBrons. And I'm like, that's weird, but okay, sure.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's funny. Puff Daddy had a story about that when he was on stage and someone was booing him, but the guy was wearing Sean John.
Like, yo, fam, what? Like I don't get that too when like this isn't the same thing, but like when people go to concerts and like they booed, like again, I guess if you paid money and they like fuck up, yes, but like you go to a comedy show to heckle the dude, like shouldn't you? If you paid money, shouldn't you be there like hoping that they do well because you paid for it?
Right, but maybe they're just reacting to but yeah, so then I will say what would be cool is if I was a pro athlete and my brother, like, so for example, Blake Griffin, and I don't know his brother's name, but something Griffin, obviously.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, pretty sure it's Taylor.
Sure, they played in college together at Oklahoma, and Blake Griffin's college number was 23, and his brother's was 32, and then his brother just wasn't that good enough to make it to the NBA, so Blake rocked 32 in honor of him.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I think that's cool. I would do that. Like if my brother had a jersey number or some shit, I would rock that for him. But as you know, once he changed teams, now he's 23,
Yeah.
So he's back to his number. But
I think that's just cool, like, supporting your family. Like that's what you're saying. Like I would buy his sneakers and like, you know what I mean? I have them at the crib, but I'm not about to rock them like playing in the NBA. And I'm like, I just wouldn't wear it to play against them. But it's your brother, so I'm gonna wear it. You know what I mean?
I liked watching growing up, watching Tiki Barber play against Rondé.
Oh yeah, because they actually played against each other.
And what's funny is like I remember talking to my brother, being like, "Yo, if we played football or sports together, like, you think we would like talk to each other during the game and shit?" And it's like, "Yeah, we would. We'd probably still play like as best as we could, And I remember watching that also in hockey, man. Scott Niedermayer had a brother named Rob Niedermayer, and they played against each other in the Stanley Cup Finals in like 2003. And their parents had like both jerseys on because they didn't know who to root for,
That's like a bittersweet thing because it's like it sucks, but it's like it's better than having just one kid in there because it's like there's a potential of like nobody winning.
You got
somebody's gonna win. Now, granted, somebody else is gonna lose, but like at least somebody's gonna win.
You got imagine that's how you got twin boys, right? And they play one plays for the Lakers, the other plays for the Celtics, right? And they're in the NBA finals. So one wins, one loses. And like which call do you call first? You call the son that won Or do you call the son that loses?
I think you call the son that loses first.
And you're like, all right, well, I gotta call the other your brother now. You understand, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta call the. You know what I mean? I call, and then maybe I lie to him. I don't know. Like, I ain't even gonna call him because he too. He probably busy.
Yeah, he's celebrating the championship.
He got, he probably can't pull his phone out right now with all the champagne and shit.
Yeah. It'd be hard to. Yeah. What would you say in that scenario?
I have no fucking clue. I'll probably be like, hey, you get him next year. Now he got one. You can get one. You know what I'm saying? Go back and forth in the family, but getting there is not. I mean, you still got there. It's not like you didn't accomplish anything. It's still better than losing the series before, or what I'm saying, not making the playoffs or some shit.
Yeah, I told you it was like the opposite of that, I guess. I mean, very different, but I used to have my dad had a coworker that had a son that played in the same hockey league as me, or played for a rival high school, not a rival, but another high school in the district. And he was like, yo, you gotta be nice to him in this game. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. So that was kind of funny like that.
Yeah, I didn't. I never really thought about like brothers in playing against each other like that. You think? Because you remember when? Because obviously Eli didn't want to. He was supposed to go to the Chargers. You think that's why he didn't want to go to the Chargers because they were in the same conference as his brother? He was like, I don't want to play him like. Because they only end up playing each other, like 3 or 4 times or some shit?
Are they in the same conference?
No. Well, they're AFC.
Oh, in the same conference, not the same division.
Right. So, you could have had a chance to play him way more times.
They played each other 3 times, and Peyton beat them all 3 times.
Right. But it's like they only played 3 times, where, if he was on the Chargers, they probably would have played way more times than that.
No, I think there was other reasons he didn't want to play for the Chargers. They made a whole documentary about it, but I don't know the reason behind that. But I did say what was crazy, man, is in 1990. I mean, they played for many years, but Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. played on the same team together.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Imagine that being
though, right?
Yeah, but that's nuts. Being like, yo, Dad, we got a game tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You got your A game on, and
right.
They hit back-to-back home runs in a game one time.
That's crazy,
dude. That's being like, yo, Dad, it's just a weird combination. I think that's mad weird. And then also Roger Clemens. So Roger Clemens being a pitcher, his son a catcher. They played on the same game one time, and they were thrown to each other. So imagine yelling at your dad, being like, "You fucking up, all right? You fucking up. You fucking up in this game. We might have to take you out."
Right? It's like, I'm gonna talk to the man to get your ass up out of here, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So
I won't even. Yeah, that's basically what LeBron trying to do, right?
Right.
Stay there long enough. That because that's never happened in basketball. I don't think.
Nah, you know kind of. I think. I mean, it's cool that Del Curry and Steph still fuck around on the court, but
nah, I've never been that actually play. That would be crazy.
And what's the? That's so funny because that's coming home. It's yo, we gotta talk to Mom. I'm mad, pissed at you, Dad.
Bronny gonna be mad that his dad fucking was out on the internet fucking subtweeting the team. It's yo, tell Dad to stop with that shit.
Right.
I was open in the corner. Dad ain't want to pass me on that bullshit.
He's talking about getting me traded before the trade deadline.
Yo, that'd be wild. He's on the team. He trying to train him for AD.
Still 12 years later or whatever.
Right.
How long it takes.
I think he's I'm pretty sure he's a freshman in high school. So he only got especially the NBA might change it back to the 18 out of high school rule. So if he, 4 more years, that's not too bad. Was it LeBron's only 36? He can play till he's 40 something, 41, 42, and then that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of nuts. Yeah, weird send off, but I thought shit. I mean, like I said, if my parents would have kept the bakery, me and my dad could have been making bagels together. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
very same thing.
It's the exact same thing, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what else you got for the Buckets?
Say what?
I said, what else you got for the Buckets, bro?
I don't know. We do have another topic we could have talked about. I tried to ask people about like on Facebook, like what's some weird flexes that you've heard in like a song or you know what I mean, you might have saw in a movie that you're like, yo, that's really not that impressive. And like I was listening to it this week, and like the chicks, shout out to Courtney again. Like the place where she and her roommate used to live in college we called it the Holiday Inn, and like we played that song all the time. But like now that I think about it, like Chingy rapping that they chilling at the Holiday Inn is like not much of a fucking flex. Like, bro, you a fucking famous rapper, and you at like a fucking hotel room that's like a step above Motel 6 and shit.
And the party don't stop till 6 a.m. Like usually just the weirdos. Or is that with the same song?
Which one?
What time they check? They said hotel Holiday Inn. Did they say what time they're checking out or some shit?
I think it's like what you doing, nothing, chilling at the Holiday Inn. Who you with?
Ain't shit, just me and your friend.
We
and we ain't check out till 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying?
Is that in it?
The party don't stop till 6 a.m.
Something like that.
We got
I know it's just that, and then Luda just come on like, stop, drop, kaboom, baby, rub on your nipples.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, but like I'm not flaming Luda, but it was just like, all right, that's random. But
right.
like, I don't think they would be chilling at the Holiday Inn like that. Nowadays that wouldn't be the flex. It'd be like, yo, we had the Four Seasons, or you know what I mean?
Or we had a nice Airbnb, you know
right? Yeah, like you wouldn't. I don't think any rappers now just chilling at Holiday Inn now.
Yeah, I was saying, Tommy Two Tone talking about you got Jenny's number. It's like, all right, man, call her, see what she says.
All right. I mean, I think there's obviously other flexes that like every single song about like loving strippers is a weird flex.
Yeah.
You basically telling us that you are a simp. Like, because we all know how strippers work. They don't actually love you, bro. They was nice to you, so you give them money. So, like, you in love with a stripper. Not a good look, fam. I'm sorry, T-Pain.
There should be, like, a sequel to that song of a stripper singing and be like, we not in love with T-Pain.
Like, bro. Like, she was getting your ass for a stack, B. Come on now.
Yeah.
What else? Rick Ross I feel like Rick Ross and a couple other people are like the kings of rapping about shit that don't actually exist.
Yeah.
Or like people say like, oh, I'm in the Jeep Hummer, and it's like, that's not a car, bro.
Right. Or they say some shit like, or Peter Rosenberg made a good one. What was the Benjamins? It's all about the Benjamins. And what Puffy say in the lines, like, we out in Rio de Janeiro. That's not a place. That is not a place, Diddy.
De Janeiro. Like, I don't know if you've been there, bro.
Yeah, that's not it. Yeah.
Like, oh, we out here in this one place that I can't pronounce. It's like, if you've been there, I feel like you know how to pronounce it because you was there.
Right. So there's that, and then I'm trying to think. Two phones is not that cool, especially in 2019. I mean, or when the song was out, I was 16. Still, you have a smartphone. You don't need more than one.
Right. I mean, I guess you could say because they track some phones, so you got the phone that they can't track. You got your regular phone, but it's like literally every single like drug dealer probably has two phones.
Right.
But yeah, he said one for the plug and one for the load or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
That's fine. Let's see.
Look up right now, like some of the worst lies, in hip hop.
Oh, okay. Your man, Tribe Called Quest, leaving his wallet in El Segundo.
What?
Yeah, I left my wallet in El Segundo.
Like, all right.
It's like, bro, you made a song about leaving your wallet? Like, that ain't cool.
If I left the wallet, I'd be mad.
Yeah, you got yeah.
Was it this one where Kanye West says I was in too deep like Mekhi Phife, and like it was Omar Epps in that?
Oh yeah.
Kanye has a lot of those. He also said 300 bitches were the Trojans.
Oh
And it's
wait, I
like
got a good list on my phone. Hold up.
300 is definitely that was not the Trojans, bro.
What about
That was
when
the Spartans.
Nicki Minaj said she's gonna put her pussy on someone's sideburns?
Yeah, what did that even do? She just got her pussy on the side of niggas' face. Yo, I didn't even catch that, bro.
Yeah, it's time to put my pussy on your sideburns.
Like, shouldn't you just say beard or like mustache? Like, nah, bro, on the side of your face.
Okay, what else? Yeah, maybe it's time I put this pussy on your sideburns. All right.
That's wild.
Yeah, what else? Oh, okay. Ray Shrimmer, I don't got no type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. But
That's literally a type.
that's the type, fam.
Like, fam.
Oh man.
That's what a type is, bro.
Yeah. So shouts to that, man. That was the best one I could think of. The sideburn.
Yeah, I mean, I always make fun of Eminem, but even him just saying your booty's heavy duty like diarrhea is the grossest shit ever.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Or Lil Wayne, her pussy was so deep that I swam to her butt or some shit.
What does that even mean, bro? Also, Lil Wayne, when he was like in Steady Mobbing, when he's like, big house, long hallways, got 10 bathrooms, I can shit all day, nigga. And it's like, what? You can shit all day with one bathroom, bro.
Yeah, like you can run around to each bathroom taking shits. Like, yo, Wayne, which one you in, bro? We need to talk.
Hey, I'm in the 5th bathroom, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, what?
Or like, oh, Drake, room is so big. I need a, what does he say? Like something, just, I need a walkie-talkie just to get a beverage. It's like,
See, I get that one, but the one, here's another one. Young Jeezy in the song once said, he said, room stupid dumb big. He said, house stupid dumb big. My room got rooms. And I'm like, bro, that's just closets.
That's true.
You just got closets in your rooms, bro. That's not anything wild, bro. That's a regular house.
Damn, I'm trying to think of another one. I gotta well, I had one locked up that I couldn't
go ahead.
Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, no, I can't find it now. But damn. But
see, I'm trying to think of some more. In the J. Cole song, No Role Models, where he just says, I came fast like 911 in white neighborhoods. It's like, that's not a brag.
Yeah, that's just something that probably happened.
It's like, ain't no shame about it, I guess, is what he said.
Oh, I think shit, what was it? I mean, is even though I love Big Allen's one of the best lines I think ever is when he says, and this is different now. We going down a tangent, but he said, "Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head." It's like, what would Beavis know about butthead?
Like, I get what you tried to do there, but I don't even know.
Yeah,
and it's one that actually recently that's also just like a weird flex in sicko mode. Like fucking Drake saying he took half his Xan and then put him out, like on a flight, bro. That's such like white, like that's like a white lady in her 30s who just like she can't do flights anymore, so she just takes a little bit of Xan.
Yeah,
for the flight.
And that shit was whole misleading because he also made it seem like he was still on the flight when he's like, I took a left, cut the lights. It's like you cut the lights on a fucking plane?
But I thought you were asleep for 13 hours.
I was like, half a Xan, bro. You weak as shit.
That's a wild, like, bro. He's really on his like 40-year-old like mom grind right with that shit.
You ever see him the video where the fan like passed him weed on like or I think it was Weezy or someone passed him weed on the stage and he smoked it like he was like, like an older aunt trying to be cool, like, ooh, check me out, yeah, it's funny because he's like, the most iconic dude in pop and hip hop right now, and we're still flaming him, like fuck it.
Yeah, I think that's his. That's why I think that's why he's so popular because he's like, you know what I mean. He's so like we all know that he's still sort of lame, but like everybody likes him. But like we all just kind of know and acknowledge that like he kind of like you know what I mean. He's kind of lame. Like he'll go to these basketball games and look like an actual fan,
Right,
and like
or think he's on the team.
right, and like it only like he just looks such. Like, I don't know. It's so weird about Drake. It's just we all know that he's like slightly like lame. He feels like one of us,
Yeah,
but because it's not all built on swag, which is kind of crazy.
right.
But, yeah, that's a good. We should. That's another thing too. Like if y'all fuck with us, let us know more. I know I said it on the Facebook, but you can think of other like weird flexes in the song. You're just like what? But yeah, that's I guess that's how we're gonna end it. We can get to our favorite time of the week. Songs of the week, bro. What you got this week?
Well, we come with the old schoolness. It's funny because I really didn't want to, or not want. I didn't want to just sound repetitive with the hip hop and shit and R&B. We have a wide variety of here. We welcome all types of music on the podcast. In one of the documentaries, I forgot all about Rage Against the Machine. And so shouts to in Killing in the Name of Rage Against the Machine.
Wasn't there like Denzel Curry did like a cover with them or something like that?
Right, and that was inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's what's up. My song of the week actually got two. My one song of the week that I had just been listening to this week was "Got Muscle" by GoldLink. Supposed to be dropping the album soon, so that's what's up. Hopefully that's fucking good. He had a lot of apparently him and Sheck West was about to fight over a chick.
Who was it?
Him and Sheck West, the dude saying Obama.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, apparently, I mean, now there's like reports that Sheck West might have beat the girl or something like that. So I don't even know. But I apparently GoldLink dad or not his dad, like his uncle is like this big gangster in DMV. So it's like this whole shit now. But either way, the song's fire. so listen
That's
to
all
that.
that matters.
Right. And then my second one is Rico Nasty, who, people who know me know I'm a big fan of her. She dropped a song called Sandy. People have been waiting for her to drop this song for a minute, but she finally did it on like her Twitter today. So yeah, that's my second song of the week. But that's it.
Well, awesome, dude. Well, yeah, man. For the buckets out there, thanks for following us. Continue to follow us, man. We've cleared 3,000 views on episode 64. We're going to continue to grow, man. We're trying to put a demo together to link with the Roach Clip podcast and the radio station. We might fuck with SDTV as well. But yeah, man, thanks for the buckets. You can follow us on Bucket Up Podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, Bucket Hat Boys on Instagram, Ty Lante on Instagram for him, the kid JB for me. And yeah, man, thank you again. And for the Bucket Hat Boys, we are out.
Oh, wait, I got to tell them where they can find us, bro.
Didn't I name all of them just now?
Oh, no. Like you can listen to us.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Those are socials. Yeah, you got the platforms.
That's why we're a team, my guy.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I don't know what the hell you're listening to us on right now, but we are also on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify now. We're on Stitcher Radio. We're on SoundCloud. That's the home base. And you can find us on any of those random like app, like podcast app, like App Fanatic or Podcast Addict or some shit like that. But yeah, and if you've messed with us extra heavy, leave a review on either Apple Podcasts, on Google Play, any of those places. I think right now we have like a 4-star rating. A couple people gave us 1 star. Fuck them people, bro.
Word, really? I got to see that.
Yeah, they didn't leave her like they didn't leave anything, but fuck them. Maybe they're listening to our early days or some shit. But yeah, if you fuck with it, just leave a 5-star for the bros. Like we said, if you got any topics, or if you want to respond to any questions we asked on today's pod, definitely hit us up on those socials. But yeah, that's I guess pretty much it, bro. Thanks for listening. We out.
Cheer. All right, you want to do the rundown?
Yes.
My bad.
We could just do.
I'll say
Getting finessing, right?
no. Well, I'll just say movie. I saw a movie so bad that you guys should see it. Type shit, or a movie was so bad, or
okay. So on today's episode of the Fuck It Up podcast. Hold on. I can say that, and you can say I saw a movie so bad, or maybe like they never should have made a Happy Death Day 2 or whatever.
or I want to be like a movie was so bad you should probably see it just for fun.
Okay. You mean right? Okay, I'll write that down.
Or you know.
Oh no. Movie's so bad you should see it just for fun. And then what was it? We had a good question in the middle of one of our things. That I thought was I said if somebody offers to pay for your meal, is it cool to throw on extras?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
What do we do after that?
Was the problem solving versus solution oriented?
Yeah.
And then it's just like would you support your brother if he played a pro sport?
Like how would you wait, hold on. Problems. Problem solving versus solutions oriented. And then how you would support your brother if y'all both played basketball
or pro sports?
How about you just say pro sports sibling rivalry?
Okay.
And then weirdest flexes. And the weirdest flexes we heard in songs and rap songs. Okay. What just happened? Oh shit. What just happened? Where'd the chat go? Oh, it's there still. I don't know why it went away. You see it? On today's episode of Bucket Up Podcast. So I can say that part, and then you say,
"Oh yeah."
Say a movie so bad you should see it just for fun, and then I'll say if somebody pays for your meal, is it cool to throw on extras? And you can say problem solving versus solutions oriented. Like, are you problem solving or I don't know, problem solving versus solutions oriented?
Yeah.
And then I'll say pro sports sibling rivalries, and you can just do the weirdest flexes we've heard in the rap song. In rap songs.
I do the rap song one, or you do?
You do it. You do the and that. Okay?
Go.
All right. On today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast,
we saw a movie that's so bad that you should see it just for fun.
If somebody pays for your meal, is it cool to throw on extras?
Are you problem solving into? Are you into problem solving, or are you solution oriented?
There you go. Pro sports sibling rivalries
and the weirdest flexes you've heard in songs.
All right, cool. That's good. Yeah, I can just edit out that one part. So
cool. Yeah, my bad on that.
No, you're good. All right, fam.